Hey there. I don't know if I'm. Hey there. Happy Thursday after. Hey there. Happy Thursday afternoon. It's Leslie Dories, and I am your marriage coach, creator or founder of Foundations Coaching, and the creator of the Hero Husband Project. And today's Thursday. It's the day that we talk marriage. And I'm tackling kind of a big topic right now. So if any of you have felt controlled in your marriage, just send me a like or a yeah, me or something, because it's one of the things that I hear all the time is that my partner is trying to control me. So let's just take a minute and unpack that. What does that mean? What does it mean to feel controlled? Well, it can mean a lot of different things. And one of the things it means is that my partner wants something from me that I'm either not comfortable giving, not sure I want to do, and they may be asking for it or demanding it in a way that makes me feel like I don't have any choice. But one of the things that I tell people is that nobody can make you do something. Now there can be consequences for you not doing it. And so you might want to choose to do it, or you feel like you don't have a choice because you're not going to like the consequences. Those aren't the same thing. And sometimes it's really hard because, I would get clients coming in and saying, oh, my partner's trying to manipulate me. And I'd say, yes. And the problem that you have with that is that they're just better at it than you. Because to be honest, we all want things our own way. We all try to set our worlds up so that we are comfortable. And guess what's the one thing that throws a big wrench into being comfortable? Marriage. That's right, the M word, the big marriage word. Um, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to take two people who have come from maybe similar, maybe not, but two different places. They've had different experiences in the world, and they want to stay comfortable. And quite frankly, marriage is designed to make you uncomfortable. And the reason for that is because marriage is an opportunity for us to grow. And people do not grow when they are comfortable. So when your partner comes to you and says, I want this, you have a couple of choices. You can say, sure, let's do that. Or, no, I'm not okay with that. Now, if you say sure, your partner's going to be thrilled, everything's going to be rosy, and it's great. But sometimes you have to say no. So I want to know, write down in the comments, write down what happens in your marriage when you say no to your partner. Now, if you're like most couples, your partner is not going to be thrilled with that answer because your partner wants you to say yes. And my philosophy is say yes as often as you can, but sometimes you have to say no. Now, you and your partner have developed a pattern because if you say no, your partner is going to do something. And that's where the concept of feeling controlled comes in. Because you say no, your partner doesn't like it, and there is some action. And how you respond to that action is going to determine the outcome. And if you do not stick to your no, but you give in to whatever the pushback is that your partner does, you're going to feel controlled. So the alternative to feeling controlled is to take a stand. Now, we can take a stand in a gentle and loving way, which I definitely recommend if you're married. But sometimes it is essential to take a stand, and you don't have to be nasty about it. You don't have to be harsh about it. But if you're not used to taking a stand, that's usually what happens, is that it's a reactive behavior instead of a a responsive behavior, meaning that's not okay with me. And oh, by the way, the pressure that I feel is being put on to not accept my answer is also not okay. And one of the big ways around this, one of my favorite marriage behaviors is curiosity. Be curious about what it is your partner is wanting, because you may be able to give them some of what they want, which may be enough, but you still feel as if the choice is yours. And I'm going to tell you, the choice is always yours. Now, as I said, your partner may not like it, and your partner may have a whole slew of behaviors that they do when things aren't going the way they would like them to go. And we basically teach people how to treat us. So if I don't stand my ground, if I give in to something that I don't want to give into, doing something the way my partner wants it done, and I'm not okay with that, if I give in, that's on me. Okay? If you give in to your partner when you don't want to, yes, your partner may not be listening, but you also aren't taking a stand. And I'm going to tell you, taking a stand on anything is going to be scary. So if you agree with that, give me some thumbs up, give me some likes, give me some love. I don't care what you give me, but let me know that you're listening to that, because it's a critically important thing. Okay? Taking a stand is scary. And some people don't take stands with their partners because they're afraid of hurting their partner, or they're afraid of disappointing their partner. Or sometimes it's not okay. And by the way, if it is not okay to take a stand, a reasonable stand with your partner, you need to look into that, okay? Because that's not okay. And we're going to disappoint our partners. You're going to disappoint your partner. Your partner is going to disappoint you. There is no way around that. But if you're afraid of disappointing your partner, I'm going to ask you to think about that, to really go in and figure out why. Does your partner react badly when you say no? That definitely happens. Sometimes your partner isn't even really clear that you've asked for something. And I know, I hear you. You're going to tell me you are absolutely clear. But what you think in your brain is not necessarily what the other person picks up. Okay. A lot of times we'll ask, especially women, will ask for things in a subtle way. It's like, hey, I just saw in the paper that this new movie is coming out. The implication is, I would really like to go to this movie. The husband's sitting there going, oh, okay, whatever. And then she feels like he's told her no, when she actually never asked in the first place. Okay, so it's about getting clarity about this. It's about stepping back and going, am I clearly asking for what I want? Okay, and and here's a big thing, whatever you ask for, how would you respond if your partner said no? Okay, that's the other way we can get into trouble, is you ask your partner something that they really think they have a choice about, and they say no. And that really wasn't the option for you. You just weren't clear. This idea of control, being controlled, controlling your partner, is really just words. It's a word. When you understand that you both are trying to get your world to be comfortable, right? And by your partner asking you to do something that you don't normally do, that's uncomfortable. Now, what happens after that is what you guys have established as a pattern. So if you feel controlled by your partner, ask yourself why. Ask yourself, what is it that you're doing, or more to the point, not doing, that is allowing your partner to get their own way. And sometimes the behavior you're getting back from your partner really is not okay. But here's a little secret. If you give in, what you're telling them is the behavior is okay. Because they'll keep doing it because they know it works, right? And you'll do the same thing. You will do behavior that works, behavior that gets you what you want. And that is what your partner is doing. And that's what you don't like. And by the way, that may be perfectly legitimate. But the way to think about it isn't to think about being controlled, because quite frankly, nobody can make you do something you don't want to do. Now, they can make the alternative pretty unpleasant. That, I will give you that. That is a true statement. And that's where you have to decide, how important is it to me to take this stand? And I'd really love to know, I would really love it if you guys will put in the chat box, in the discussion, something that you have tried to take a stand on with your partner, and what their reaction has been, what reaction they give you that you would really like some help knowing how to deal with, okay? Because we can only do what we know. And if you don't know how to counteract that, then by the way, that pattern is going to continue and you're still going to feel controlled. All right. So think about that word control. Think about what it means. Think about how it plays out in your marriage, and think about if that's really what's going on. Or if there might be some other thing that's going on that just needs a little bit of tweak, okay? So again, don't have to be controlled. That's a way of thinking about things, and there are actions that you can take. And if you want to know more, just put something down in the discussion, or send me an email at Lesli, L-E-S-L-I, thanks mom, no E, at foundationscoachingnc.com, F-O-U-N-D-A-T-I-O-N-S, coaching, N as in Nancy, C as in Charlie.com. And I promise you, I will respond to you personally. And so, like I said, talk about marriage every Thursday. And so hopefully you'll join me next week. And until then, stay loving.